Hello Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Virgo, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Virgo, let's get started. How does Virgo currently view this relationship? Okay, let's see, Virgo. All right, so we do have the Queen of Wands, we do have the Two of Swords, and then we also have the Strength card at the bottom of the deck. Very nice, Virgo. We do have the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, okay? Virgo, I want to focus on this recent past energy that you were harnessing. This is just an energy of somebody just focusing on themselves, their finances, their career, their business if they have one. And it kind of looks like that's just kind of what you've been up to, just focusing on you and your pentacles, right? But then we got this. We have the Queen of Wands, so Two of Swords to the Strength card. That's kind of telling me that for whatever reason, and I'm sure it's going to come out when we look at this person to the right of me, but for whatever reason, you're kind of harnessing this energy of, I need to stay away from this person. I need to stay away from this person. I need to stay away from this person. And it kind of looks like it's taking a lot of like strength within you to stay away from this person. So considering the fact that you're showing up as a Queen of Wands, chances are this person that you're trying your hardest to stay away from, they're more than likely a King of Wands like energy. Because it's very hard, I would say, for the Queen of Wands to stay away from the King of Wands, vice versa. It's very hard for the King of Wands to stay away from the Queen of Wands. So this person that you're trying your hardest to stay away from, chances are it's somebody that you share a very strong, intense connection with. This could even be your twin that you're trying your hardest to stay away from. But let's look at them and see what's going on. Okay, let's see. All right, so we have the Magician, we do have the Queen of Cups, and then we also have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There you go. That's just kind of like a little trick for those of you who do tarot yourself. When you see a Queen of Wands finding the strength and the courage within themselves to stay away from somebody, chances are it's always the King of Wands, okay? So it's just a little, trick or whatever. Anyways, let's get back to the reading. In regards to how this person is currently viewing this relationship, it looks like you were the one that pulled the plug, Virgo, on this dynamic here between you and this person. It looks like it was a very challenging and difficult thing for you to do, but it looks like you did it, okay? Now, with the Justice card to the King of Cups to the Tower, I am definitely getting an energy of them wanting to make things right with you. I am getting an energy of them wanting to fix or repair things here with you. Currently, at the moment, we do see you definitely standing your ground and refusing to accept this person, back into your life. I am getting that. So I guess we'll see how this all plays out, between you and this person. The fact that you guys are showing up as a King and the Queen of Wands and the King and the Queen of Cups, typically for me anyways, as a reader, I tend to look at this type of dynamic as like a love and hate relationship. When things are good between the two of you, things are great. But when things are bad, man, between you and this person, things are god awful, okay? So it kind of looks like you guys had like a, love and hate relationship. This kind of, connection kind of feels more so like, the only roller coaster ride. You guys had your ups, but you guys also had your downs. But let's jump back over to you though. How does Virgo currently feel? Okay, let's do this. All right, we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords, and then we also have the Three of Wands. Okay, in regards to how you're currently feeling, I feel like all you're really doing, Virgo, is like pushing this person away from the looks of it. And it's because you refuse to accept this individual back into your life for whatever reason. And I do feel like it does have a lot to do with this Tower moment that occurred here between you and this person. Due to this Tower moment that occurred here between, you and this person, it has you not wanting this person back into your life, but it also has you feeling the need that you have to keep this person away from you. It also has you feeling like you have to protect your energy from them as well. But I'm getting like a very pushy energy coming from this person. It's like, even though you're telling this person, can you just please leave me alone? They're just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Can you just please go away? Nope, I'm not going to do that. It's a very pushy energy. Okay. How does this person currently feel? Alrighty. 1 second. Hold on. Wait. My OCD is starting to kick in. 1 second. Okay. So we do have the Star. We do have the Three of Cups. And then we also have the Lovers out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Pentacles. It kind of looks like all this person wants to do is just have a conversation with you. And you're just like, nope. No, I don't want to. I'm good. No, thank you. I do feel like not only do they want to have a conversation with you, Virgo, but they do want to get back together with you. We've already kind of established that, okay? This person doesn't necessarily feel like they're ever going to find what they once upon a time had with you within anyone else. You know, this is somebody who knows, like, very, very well, they're not going to find another you out there, nor do they even want to attempt to try. They much rather try to fix or repair things, you know, with you, Virgo, than to start over any day of the week is what I'm getting. Now, I do want to look at the Seven of Wands. I want to see, like, why you just refuse to accept this person back into your life. All right, tell me more about the Seven of Wands. It kind of looks like ever since you freed yourself from this person, you've found yourself in a much better place mentally, spiritually, as well as emotionally, possibly even financially. You just find yourself in a really, really good place now that this individual is not in your life, and you're very determined, honey, to keep it that way. Now let's look at the Knight of Swords, shall we? Let's just be nosy. Because this Knight of Swords energy is their energy, okay? And like I said, it's a very pushy energy. Tell me more about the, yeah, it's like everything that you're saying to this person is going in through one ear and out the other. Leave me alone. Nope. Go away. Nope. Tell me more about the Knight of Swords. Yeah. Everything that you're telling this person, I'm sorry, it's going in through one ear and out the other. It's like they refuse to listen and do what you want them to do, child. But you're definitely standing your ground. I will say that. You're definitely standing your ground, my friend. Okay, let's see what actions this person plans on taking in your direction, and we're moving forward. What actions will this person take towards Virgo? We're moving forward. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Two of Wands, and then we also have the Four of Cups. Hold on, this is so ridiculous, but my OCD is like starting to kick in, and it's like, okay, I think that's perfect, right? Okay, anyways, in regards to how this human plans on moving forward, with the Four of Cups coming out here, this person does feel very, very rejected by you. They also feel like you don't love them anymore or even care about them anymore. I'm also getting that as well. And you know, how could you not love this person and or care about this person anymore? So they're definitely in their feels, you know, for sure. It's like they don't see you backing down, Virgo. They just don't. They just don't. I think that this person may have thought that if they just kind of remain consistent and persistent when it comes down to like trying to get you back and trying to have a conversation with you, that eventually, like, you know, you'll cave in. You know, I am getting that, but it doesn't appear to me that you are actually caving in the ways that they want you to cave in. You're not giving them what it is that this individual wants, which is basically a conversation. Because I am getting that they just want to have a conversation with you, but you don't even want to do that. You don't even want to do that, you know? Oh man, you really do have this person in their feels. It just kind of has this person, you know, like I said, feeling like you don't love them anymore, like you don't care about them anymore, and that you're serious, you know, about walking away from them and never looking back. And that in itself, it just doesn't sit well with this person. It just doesn't. What actions will Virgo take towards this person or moving forward? What do we got? We got the Hangman, we got the Ace. How do I say this to you, Virgo? You know, the only two options that this individual is really giving themselves when it comes down to you is this. I'm either going to get Virgo back or I'm going to get Virgo back. Those are the only two options that they're really giving themselves. See, when it comes down to you, it's like, it just kind of looks like you just won't budge. You just won't budge. You're very adamant on like walking away from this entire situation and never, you know, looking back is kind of what I'm getting. You know, a lot of you going back to like how you've been feeling as well as doing since this dynamic between the two of you came to an end is concerned. It's something that you just don't want to compromise, especially for this person ever again. You know, it kind of looks like since this person walked out of your life, you've just been in a much better place. I can't emphasize that enough. And a lot of you feel like you're going to be compromising, you know, everything, you know, if you were to accept this individual back into your life. So that's kind of telling me that this person brought a lot of unhappiness into your life, a lot of stress into your life, possibly even a lot of stagnancy into your life. And it's just not a life that you want to, you know, go back to. It's just not. Okay. You know, I feel like with you definitely brought a lot of good, I would say, into this person's life. So it kind of makes sense, right? As to why this person wants you and what they once upon a time had with you back in their life all over again. That makes a lot of sense, but it also makes a lot of sense as to why you don't want this person back into your life ever again. But I'm gonna be real with you. Those are the only options that they're giving, you know, themselves. It's either I'm gonna get Virgo back or I'm gonna give Virgo back. It is what it is, you know? This really is killing them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is truly killing them, that like you refuse. Like, you absolutely refuse to take this person back. Like, it truly is killing them on the inside. It truly is. Like, this hurts, man, and it hurts like hell for this person. I am definitely getting that. Like, this rejection that they're receiving from you, it hurts. But the fact that they see how dead serious you are about not accepting this person back into your life, that right there, man, you know, causes this person to feel like, wow, like Virgo doesn't love me anymore. Virgo doesn't care about me anymore. Like, Virgo's done with me. Like, I can't believe it. It's me. How could they be done with me? Which, when the whole like it's me part, how could they be done with me? It has a lot to do with the connection that you guys have with one another, which is a very strong and intense connection for sure. This is kind of like a once in a lifetime type of experience. So what you had with this person and how this dynamic between you and this person made you feel, you can't really compare it to any other relationship, okay? Just like they can't, you know what I mean? It's a once in a lifetime type of experience, you know, is like the best way that I could put it. Because man, with the King and the Queen of Wands coming out for you guys and the King and the Queen of Cups, I mean, you know, that just, you know, simply represents two people that, well, in this case, I feel like, you know, how do I explain the stage that you're at right now? I feel like this person's still madly in love with you. That's very evident. However, you did show up as a Queen of Wands only on your behalf. So with that being said, the fact that you're not showing up as a Queen of Cups anymore in this dynamic, at least between you and this person, it just kind of looks like you've checked out, I would say, mentally and emotionally as well as physically from this. Now, even though you checked out mentally and emotionally as well as physically from this dynamic here, the reason why it's taking so much strength and courage within you to like keep this person far away from you, between you and I, has a lot to do with the simple fact that there's still that strong and intense like you know, soul tie between you and this person. There's still that strong and intense connection. Now, you may not be in love with this human being like you used to be, but there's still that strong and intense connection there. And there is no denying that, you know. It doesn't take a boatload of strength and courage within a person to, you know, stay away from someone. When someone is like done, you know what I mean? It doesn't require a boatload of strength and courage. So I think that deep down inside, somewhere within you kind of know that there's a part of you that still wants this, but there's even that bigger part of you that knows that you shouldn't, you know, continue to want this anymore for the reasons that you have, because I am getting that you have your reasons. So with that being said, you may not be in love with this person like you used to be. And yeah, there is still that big part of you that kind of wants them and what you once upon a time had, you know, with them back. But I just feel like you have way too many reasons to not go back. And that's kind of what it all boils, you know, down to. And that's kind of what you're fighting, right? Is the desire to go back, because you have 99 reasons as to why you shouldn't. So because you have 99 reasons why you shouldn't, it is kind of helping you when it comes down to seeing this ending between you and this person through, is kind of what I'm getting. So the fact that this person is going to find themselves becoming like very, very pushy, Virgo, when it comes down to you and this reconciliation that they want, with you. I'm kind of curious to see how you're going to be processing all of this and taking all of this and digesting all of this. So let's do that. Let me grab this real quick and this. Okay. How is Virgo gonna feel about all of this? Okay. Wow, the Eight of Swords came out in the reverse, which is kind of weird because all of my cards in this deck is in the upright. That's kind of strange. Remember, you got the Eight of Swords. When we were clarifying the Seven of Wands, you got the Eight of Swords in the reverse and the Sun. So that's kind of strange that this came out in the reverse. Okay, well, we'll take it. Yeah. Yeah. You're not compromising your happiness and your peace, but most importantly, your sanity for this one ever again. You've come too far. It's kind of what I'm getting. To go back now, to turn around now. You ain't doing it. You ain't doing it. You're not doing it. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Knight of Wands. We got the Ten of Swords. We also have the Page of Cups to the Four of Wands. This is kind of like the epitome of somebody telling you how you feel. So just keep that in mind as I'm saying all of this to you. And this is coming from this King of Wands, okay? Now, this person might say something along the lines of, you know, you don't really want this to come to an end. You know, you don't really want to walk away from this. I know you still love me. I know you still care about me. I know you still want this. Now, I mean, to a certain extent, do I think that this person's right? Yeah, but to a certain extent. It's kind of hard to like describe like the stage you're at, man. It's hard. As far as like the love is concerned, I feel like that's gone on your behalf. The love is gone on your behalf. It's the desire that's still like there, if that makes any sense. It's, you know, the desire, you know, it's still there. But as far as the love is concerned, that's gone. That's definitely gone. And that's like the best way that I could put. It's just that desire to run back. And it's just because there's still a very strong, intense connection between you and this person. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. But even though you may have the desire to go back, it looks like you're not. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. You ain't doing that. You know what I think it is too, Virgo, is that your life without this person appears to be far more beneficial than being with them. If that makes any freaking sense. I don't even know if I said that correctly. Being without them is far more beneficial than being with them. Because being without them doesn't require you to compromise your peace, your growth, your expansion, but most importantly, your sanity. Considering the fact that you're a Virgo. Virgos are technically speaking, yes, an earth sign, but they are air and earth at the same exact time. You do share Mercury with Gemini, which is an air sign. So you guys are air and earth at the same exact time. You guys are very cerebral individuals, okay? So when you guys end up with somebody that doesn't bring you guys peace of mind, it's like it's like experiencing hell on earth. Basically, it's like experiencing hell on earth, because the air signs, they need a person who's going to bring peace to their mind, okay? Because they're very cerebral individuals. Just like you, Virgo. You're an earth sign, yeah, but you're also air at the same exact time. You're very cerebral individual. So when a person walks up in your life and they don't bring you any sort of damn peace of mind, it's like experiencing hell on earth. It truly is. It truly is. And you ain't going back to that. You're not going back to that. It's too fruitful over here. It's too peaceful over here. Then going back and revisiting this all over again. So yeah, this person's about to come along and tell you how you feel. You know, they're going to tell you that you still love them. They're going to tell you that you still care about them. They're going to tell you that you still want this and that you don't really want this to come to an end. So why are you even acting this way? And why are you even saying these things to them, Virgo? But like I said, as far as the love is concerned, it kind of looks like that's not really there anymore. Like, what I mean by that is like there's no emotional attachment there anymore. There is none. You know, there is none. There is none. And I think that that's kind of why this is easy for you to be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? The thing is that because this individual finds it so hard to just get up and walk away from you, like, you know, like, because they find it to be extremely hard. It's like they're looking at you like, how can you just be done with me? Like, how can you just get up and walk away from me? But it's hard for them to do that because they showed up as a King of Wands to the King of Cups. It's very hard for this person to get up and walk away because there's still that strong and intense emotional attachment that they have with you, but you don't have that with them. You don't really have that with them. That's the thing. That is the thing, my friend. Okay, let's look at the Queen of Wands, and then, yeah. I just want to look at the Queen of Wands real quick. It's kind of hard to describe, really, the stage that you're in. Okay, we have the Lovers out here. We also have the Six of Cups in the reverse, and then we also have the Emperor out here. Okay. I also see you like reminding yourself that this person's never going to be who you need them to be or who you want them to be. And I do see you kind of like reminding yourself that this person has showed you on several different occasions. They're never going to be, you know, the person that you need them to be or want them to be. So that's kind of also, you know, causing you to kind of fight back on that desire to go back. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Devil. We also have the Knight of Wands, and then we also have the Wheel of Fortune, and then we also have the Eight of Pentacles out here. I don't know if this individual was like codependent off of you or what the case may be. I'm just getting like a very codependent energy. And what I mean by codependent, like granted, could they have been relying on you for like a few things? That's a possibility, but this could just simply imply that they're codependent off of you in the sense where they believe and feel like they can't do this thing called life without you in it. That they need you by their side. You see what I mean? It's a codependent type of vibe that I'm getting here off of this person. And because they're harnessing this codependent type of energy of I need Virgo for whatever they need you for, they feel like they have to make this work between the two of you. They have to. Those are the only two options that they're giving themselves. It's either I'm going to get my Virgo back or I'm going to get my Virgo back. But those are the only options that I have. You, on the other hand, you're just like, yeah, no, I'm walking away from this. And I'm never looking back, you know? So in regards to how you're going to feel about all of this, you're not going to really feel anything. You just kind of come off to me as somebody who's like super duper numb. But it's because there's no emotional attachment anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure if there was still an emotional attachment, you would just cave into this person, you know, in a heartbeat. But it's easy for you to not cave in and give this person what they, you know, want because there is no more emotional attachment. So, you know, as this person is like, you know, doing everything under the sun to get you back, it holds no weight with you. It doesn't move you. It doesn't... nothing. It doesn't do anything to you because there's no emotional attachment there anymore, you know? So it appears to me that you're going to be walking away from this entire, well, it looks like you already have, but it kind of looks like you're just going to keep it as is, over. That is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading.